What's up, viewers? Welcome to everybody's favorite part of the week, which is my Q&A. This is round 3 of the Q&A, and I've got a lot of questions for you guys to answer today. Again, no specific order, actually a very specific order. From the newest to the oldest, I'm going to be answering these questions all in a row. There are quite a decent amount of these, but hopefully this will be under 15 minutes long, so let's hop right into it. Nellyville6502 asks, were you blonde as a child? I'm not sure why you would think that, but no, I'm pretty sure I've had this kind of hair for my entire life. I guess it was a little lighter before, and it's kind of getting darker as time goes on. My dad has like fully black hair and my mom has brown hair, so I think it's just moving towards what my dad has, but no, I don't think I was blonde as a child. Sesfall asks, what is your favorite song? Well, it is very difficult to pinpoint a specific favorite song just because songs change so much from time to time. At the moment, I would say my favorite song is probably Slow Down by Selena Gomez, but that changes from week to week. Maybe I'll just throw this question in every week and let you guys know what my favorite song is for that week. Monkey Plays asks, what is your YouTube goal? How many subs and views per video are you going for? P.S. I'm a huge fan, keep up with the amazing videos. One day you'll be too popular and be unable to see my comments, so I'll say it now, you're amazing. No, Monkey Plays, you are amazing. I do not intend for this channel to grow in any capacity. I don't know if you noticed this, but I do not really put any effort into marketing this, aside from announcing it twice on my main channel. And I specifically make the titles and the thumbnails kind of whatever I feel like is representative of that video for that day. Many times, if it's like a good vlog, I'll probably, you know, put that in the parentheses of the title, or maybe put it in the thumbnail. Or if it's a really crappy vlog, I'll put something like bad day to vlog, or like this sucks, you know, just so you guys know that it's not going to be anything fun to watch. But other than that, I have no goals for this this channel at all. For my main channel, the Sergs B, you know, tutorials, I mean, I had a lot of goals. I wanted to hit 1 million views on a video. I did. I wanted to hit 10 million views on a video. I did. Now I'm kind of out of goals. My only one milestone left is 100,000 subscribers on that main channel, because you get a little special silver plaque from YouTube by doing that. By my calculations, that should probably come around Christmas time, so I'm super pumped for that. I am super excited. Hopefully, I will one day have that little silver plaque for 100,000 subscribers. That would absolutely make my life, but that's about it. Slava P asks, number 1, when will you stop at vlogging? I missed 100 of your videos and your vlog sucks even more, pissing me off. Clearly, you're a troll. Actually, I missed you, man. I haven't seen your comments, like you said, for about 100 vlogs, and when will they stop sucking? I don't think they will, ever, because like I said, I make these videos for myself. I make them with whatever I feel like making, and I do understand that the majority of the time, about 95% of the videos on this channel are complete and utter rubbish. I'm actually extremely impressed that people are still sticking around and watching these things. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'll stop sucking anytime soon, especially if you don't like them, but if you do like them, feel free to keep coming back. And number 2, can you speak faster? Your slow speaking is so annoying. I always use 2x speed for your videos, otherwise I'll fall asleep. Realistically, I don't think there's any point for me speaking any faster than I'm speaking now, because if you're watching this at double speed and you're still understanding what I'm saying, that means I have an incredible gift for having great diction at a very high speed. But yes, because YouTube allows you to watch my videos at 2x speed, I really don't see any purpose for me to speak faster, right? Because if I spoke faster than the 2x speed would be unnecessary, and then the people who don't want me to speak faster would be kind of in a weird situation. Anyway, that is the situation there. Thank you guys for defending me against Slava, but Slava is a good friend of mine. He's great. I love his comments here. I mean, it's great. Having trolls is amazing, and this channel is too small to have real haters or real trolls, so it's awesome to see some of your comments sometimes. I miss you, man. Nellyville6502 also asks, since you love traveling, do you plan to move back to Russia or just abroad in the future? I would love to travel to Russia at some point. I don't know if I could ever move there full time. I don't think that the kind of jobs and roles that I'm looking for, especially in software engineering, are super conducive in Russia like they are here in the United States. I think the tech industry is a lot more solid here in the United States. I think there's a lot of government intervention and a lot of weird stuff that goes on in Russia. I haven't really researched the issue, but I'm pretty grounded here in the US. But I would love to travel over there whenever I get the chance. There are places I haven't been to, like St. Petersburg, and there are places I haven't been to for a long time, like Moscow, which I know are extremely beautiful, and I would love to visit them, and that would be absolutely an incredible experience. So yes, I'm definitely looking forward to doing that once I, you know, get a job and have enough money to, you know, make that happen. Mega Man Rules asks, have you ever entered a Rubik's Cube competition? No, unfortunately I have not, and I don't know if I will. Maybe this summer I will look into it, but I really do need to get back into actual cubing. As many of you guys know, my focus is primarily on learning techniques so that I can teach them back to you, because that is kind of my thing. You know, I feel like I have more success and more of an impact by being able to teach people how to cube than being able to solve the cube really quickly. So I don't know if I'll be able to hone my skills for speed solving, but if in the process of learning the OLL and PLL stuff that I intend to release this summer. I also learned how to solve the cube faster, then maybe I'll enter myself into a couple competitions just for fun. Mega Man Rules also asks, why did you decide to even start YouTubing? This I think I've talked about previously. The reason I made my original cubing video in the first place is because I was teaching so many people how to solve the cube. I thought it would be awesome to have a video where I could, you know, send it to people, they could watch it on their own time, they could learn it, I don't have to repeat myself over and over and over again. And then the videos actually ended up taking off, and I ended up kind of, you know, spurring them along, and I was just astounded by the tens of thousands of people who came by, left me amazing comments, and left me all this great stuff. I was also inspired by a lot of other YouTubers, like I've mentioned them before, Casey Neistat, Tobuscus, all these random guys online who just kind of do their own thing, talk about their own thing, and it's so interesting just for them to put their life out there, to get some feedback back. You can also watch my real talk on why I vlog. There are all these different reasons, but essentially it comes down to I really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy interacting with people online that I wouldn't have interacted with, you know, otherwise. I really like putting myself out there. This kind of opens me up to other people and makes me a more communicative, confident person in general. And it's also a cool record of my life. I don't know if I'll ever be able to go back and rewatch these 180 vlogs, but you know, it would be really cool. I imagine like 20 years down the line, 10 years down the line, opening up vlog number 7, watching it and be like, wow, those were the days. Those were the days. And I think it's a very unique thing that not very many people have. I'm super excited about potentially looking back at this vlog. And the main part is also, it leaves kind of like a legacy on the internet. Like, unless YouTube goes down, this stuff will always stay up. So if I ever die, or if I'm ever gone somewhere else, or have moved on to other things, this record, this little snapshot of my life will always remain. I will always have had some impact on some people's lives, and that makes me feel great. So that's why I continue making it. Mr. Potato asks, what are some tips on learning OLL? I actually don't really know. I guess the two main tips are, start with what is known as 2-look OLL, so that you don't have to memorize so many algorithms. It fits right into the beginner's method. You can actually learn 2-look OLL in about 1 day, maybe even 2. That's extremely simple. And secondly, go onto Badmephisto's page. I'll throw him down in the description. And he has a lot of great kind of on-paper tutorials, PDF printouts, and lots of different like algorithm memorization techniques. So check his stuff out. It's actually very, very good. Nellyville6502 asks, do you have a lady in your life? I do not. I've always been a lot more focused on my school and on my kind of career, I suppose. Like whatever, like on whatever it is I was doing. I've never really found the time or the necessity to pursue girls, I suppose. It's kind of a weird topic to talk about with people on the internet, but that's kind of the situation, yeah. So I've always been too focused on that stuff. Maybe now that I'm graduating and I don't really have anything to kind of necessarily focus on, I might, you know, look into it, but honestly, like that's not something I've really ever looked into. Nellyville6502 also asks, do all your friends in real life call you Sergs? Some people do, some people don't. Some people call me B. A lot of my closest friends just call me straight up B. Ayo, B, what's up? You know, a lot of people, yeah, find it just a lot easier to say Sergs rather than my full name. It's kind of like a term of endearment. So people who I speak with formally, like teachers, professors, bosses, they all use my full name. But, you know, friends and people who just like, you know, are acquaintances will call me Sergs, and then the closest friends will call me B. So you guys, feel free to call me B if you'd like to. Alex Vlogs asks, do you think in English or Russian? This kind of swaps in and out. The majority of my thought process takes place in English because I study at an English school. I've studied in English like for my entire life. So whenever I'm thinking about schoolwork, whenever I'm thinking about anything, a lot of times I'm thinking in English, whenever I'm thinking of something serious. Otherwise, if my mind wanders, I usually think in images rather than language, which is something apparently that's very strange. Like when I think of a tree, I don't think of the word tree, I think of a tree. If I think of a squirrel in the tree, I like imagine it in my mind's eye. I never actually think about it, you know, out loud. The only other type of thought I can think about is maybe having conversations with people, and since I converse mostly with people in English, especially when I'm here at school and not at home, I also like imagine those conversations being played out in English. However, for other times, for like some more, you know, sort of reflective thoughts, or when I'm listening to Russian music, or when I'm sleeping, a lot of times that stuff is Russian. My roommates always tell me that, you know, whenever I speak in my sleep, or whenever they come to wake me up and I'm just like belligerent in the morning, I will sometimes speak to them in Russian, so I suppose there is some serious subconscious part of me that thinks in Russian, but most of the time, especially at school when like the majority of my surroundings are in English, the thought kind of itself transitions to English. But the majority of my other thought, like I said, is an image. Joanna LA13 asks, where are you from? Initially, I am from Russia. Now I live in the United States, and I go to school also in the United States. I will tell you more details about this stuff, like I said, after I graduate, but for some reason, I just feel like for this final month before I graduate, I'll still keep that a little bit under wraps. Not really a secret, but a little bit under wraps, and I'll tell you guys more more on where I'm from and what my entire history is after I've finished school. StatureFoo asks, who is the most famous person for you? I'm not entirely sure what to make of that question. Like, who is the person I think is most famous, or who is the most famous person I appreciate, or who is the most famous person I look up to? I'm not entirely certain, to be honest. I suppose there are some famous people like Elon Musk who I really, really respect for their capacity to kind of keep moving and creating incredible change in the world. There are some famous YouTubers I respect who I've told you guys about before. And there are also other people like J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter series, and Jim Dale, who narrates the Harry Potter series in the audiobooks that I've listened to a bajillion times. Authors like Raphael Sabatini, who not very many people even know about. All these people who have had an impact on my life, I kind of respect them, but I'm not entirely sure what you mean by who is the most famous person for you. But all these people I have great respect for, and there's a whole list of them. I can't really pinpoint one, to be completely honest. NG Bowie asks, do I consider myself American or Russian since I moved to the United States since I was 6? That is a very difficult question. I would probably say I consider myself Russian, like, deep down. It's just kind of a part of my heritage, it's part of who I am. I think America is where I live, and America is where I'm gonna make my livelihood, and, like, I'm a citizen of the United States, but somewhere deep down I still consider myself Russian, so, and I speak in Russian, and I love the Russian culture, and I never want to let go of that, and I feel like if I ever said I feel like an American, that would be a massive release of that part of my life, so the answer to that question is I feel like I'm Russian. And finally, NG Bowie asks, why do you call yourself Sergs B? Back when I was, oh, I don't even know how long ago this was. Back in 2006, when Facebook was first launching, I was convinced to make a Facebook account, and I at that point, I was given this rule by everybody around me not to put my real name or any identifying information about myself online, my full name, my birthday, my, you know, location, and as you know, I still haven't shared any of that stuff with you guys to this day. So at that time, I faked my, you know, email address, I faked my birth date, I faked my, you know, place of residence, I faked all of my photos, and my name, I kind of took my real name, compressed it a little bit, cut off the last name, rearranged the first name a little bit, and just made it Sergs B. And then when I made my YouTube channel, Sergs B was taken, so I ended up calling myself The Sergs B, because I didn't want to be Sergs B 5 or Sergs B 7. I was like, how many Sergs Bs can there be? There can be only one The Sergs B. And so that was kind of what happened back in 2006, 2007, and since then, Sergs B has kind of been like this thing. Every single time somebody friends me on Facebook, they're like, why do you call yourself Sergs B? And then kind of for some reason, after some time, it just kind of sticks. Like I said, my close friends all call me Sergs or Sergs B or whatever they want to call me. It's just kind of like an interesting little twist on my name. It's I really like my real name for sure, but it's just one of the things that people call me, and it's just something that, because it's like my online thing, I've decided to just keep it that way. Like, that is just my online name, my online persona. That is the way I separate real life from online life. So that is why I call myself Sergs B on this vlog. That's all for today's questions. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you have any further questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all next week. Peace out.